Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It's your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Immortal Technique Dance with the Devil animated short film. Let's see what they have to say. Brought to you by Immortal. Oh. It all happened so fast.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making a million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober, her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal, starting fights over little.
I was not expecting this to be rap. I don't know what I was expecting it to be, but it wasn't this. Y'all know I love a story time, so I'm here for this.
Shit, up on the block, stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock, working overtime, making money for the crack spot, hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine, fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs, but when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs, any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs, any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But
this guy's voice reminds me of Nas. Is that like, am I crazy for saying that? Something in his voice reminds me of Nas. The story is, it's not so crazy to me because I think it's a very true, real situation.
Nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
Ooh.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.
They drove around a.
This is absolutely a dance with the devil, 100%. And the devil like kind of behind him as he walked away. Whew. The imagery.
Project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving, blood leaking through the cloth. She cried silently, and then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22.
Oh my goodness gracious. It's such an ugly, ugly world we can be in. Oh, that is... way too many people have this story. Way too many women, way too many men, way too many children have this story. Oh, man. I think the choice to make this an animated short film was a good one. I think it made it, I don't want to say it made it easier or more palatable, but I think, you know, a lot of times people shy away from watching things that make them uncomfortable. Because truth honestly scares people. It scares people to listen to the truth, to hear the truth, to watch the truth, to be exposed to the honest to God truth of what is going on in this world and what's around us terrifies people, and they'd rather close their eyes to it than not watch it. And I think putting this in an animated form might make it a little bit easier for people to swallow the truth, therefore bringing and spreading awareness to the brutalities, to the actual evil things lurking in this world. And maybe hence, because someone watched it, they could help in some way or open their heart to be understanding and sympathetic to victims, or I don't know, just there's healing in being able to this type of artistry, right? Like there's a healing that you could present to people who maybe this is triggering, this happened to somebody, but it gave them the courage in some way, shape, or form to like speak out. I don't know. I just think that the choice to do it this way is just a good artistic choice. I think the storyline from the point of view of the kid who's just trying to get acceptance and love, who didn't come from maybe the best upbringing, is another point of view that, though what he's doing is still ugly, it's another point of view that I think people don't always think about. They don't think about what's happened to the person who's doing the brutal things. I just think it's hard. It's very hard, but it's so real. It's so real. This is sheesh.
When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from
What? Never in a million years. Never in a million years did I expect that to be the outcome. My God.
From the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Wow. I mean, I think what he said in the last few bars just about like, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, where you came from, what you look like. You dance with the devil, you gonna get the devil consequences. You know what I mean? Like you touch fire, you're gonna get burned. Wow, that was crazy. You want to talk about music that makes you think, art that makes you think. Wow, y'all, love your people. Be kind to one another. It doesn't matter. We don't have to agree, but be kind for the love of God. Please go have the day you deserve. Peace.